Well, it's been a long time since I've done any videos, but I was a little bored today, so I came up here. We started working some more on the F14 1/7 scale. Went ahead and just put together the elevator assemblies. Last video I had, I kind of showed you how these installed. Here's the little back plate that I made, just to kind of give these washers something to press against instead of wood. That would just crush the wood, so this will kind of keep it from crushing the wood. But I went with the Futaba DLS 172, the high voltage. Plenty of torque, more torque than these things are going to need. I'm running the stock hardware. I've had no problems with the stock hardware on my F16, so I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. I did have to use a longer 3mm bolt back here, because you've got this is where your elevator shaft goes into. You've got the bolt, a washer, a brass bushing that goes inside the bearing, which you can kind of see how it goes in further than this bottom one. The bottom one just sits against the inner race of the bearing, so the bearing actually is a little bit further down on the top side, which allows that brass collar to sit lower than the bottom one. Then you have an aluminum round spacer, the arm, and then a lock nut. So, and that's pretty much it. Same for the top, except there's no spacer. The spacer just moves those arms up, you know, because if the spacer wasn't there, the arm would bend down, and you can't have that with a bearing. If there was a ball there, it would work, but since they're bearing, they have to be straight across, leveled each other, and that's what that spacer's for. And I kind of like this because this whole little apparatus bolts in, and then the elevator shaft goes through, and then you just, you know, you put this top piece on, which clamps down on a flat spot on the actual shaft. You can kind of see it in there. Let's see here, back up. 4 bolts in the back, 2 in the front, and then you have a screw. 2 in the front, a screw, and a screw. 4 bolts, and bolts into a bulkhead, and then the bulkhead that runs between the two, you just have a screw in a wood screw right here and here, just to kind of keep that center portion from flexing up and down off the wood. But they're both set up. I got these arms. I got a set of arms that I can you know, go in further to give it less throw, closer in on the actual middle of the servo if I need to. I had to drill and tap that to the 3mm bolt, but that's an easy thing. But other than that, and then just hooked them up to a radio to get the servo centered. Nice, good throw, no binding at the ends, and that would be full throw. So that's about what I want. I may actually have to go out, go in. If I need less throw, I can go in, and vice versa. Actually, it's the other way around. I'm sorry. Goes in, gives it. Wow, brain farting. But anyways, goes in, gives it less throw, but more torque. But shouldn't need anything. It should be plenty. So there's your elevators. If anybody was interested, like I said, just remember, you got your bolt, washer, brass bushing, top of the bearing, bottom bushing, spacer, arm, and then the lock nut. And the servo arm just has the same thing, just no aluminum spacer. Alright, I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and put the elevators on, and I'll do a quick video of that. That's about it. Take it easy.